Hello everybody, welcome to episode 0 of our new playthrough. As you saw, this is Tales of Xillia. Why is this episode 0? Because I'm not planning on starting the playthrough now. The purpose of this video is to explain how this playthrough is going to work, because this game offers a bit of a unique experience that a lot of RPGs tend to not offer. So, plus this will also give me a chance to see whether or not the opening will get this video blocked on YouTube. But anyway, it's better to do this in its own part now rather than take up time when I actually start the playthrough, like I did with the Legend of Dragoon enhanced playthrough with the difficulty modifier, where it took like 15-20 minutes to explain how that was gonna work. I feel like this is better because it doesn't take away from the gameplay. But basically how this is going to work is this is the first Tales game, and the only Tales game as of right now, that offers 2 playable character routes, Jude and Mila. It's kind of like Star Ocean Second Evolution, where you get to choose between Rena and Claude. Each character has their own little specific story elements that aren't shown in the other person's routes. So here's how this is gonna work. Just like I did with the Star Ocean. Excuse me. I'm gonna do exactly what I did with Second Evolution. If you don't know what I'm talking about, here it is. I'm gonna be out of the routes. One of them is going to be the main routes, the main route that I'll play throughout the playthrough, while the other one will be exclusively for those scenes that aren't shown off in the other person's route. So, for instance, Jude can have story elements going on for him that Mila wouldn't see, and vice versa. You'd have to play Mila's route in order to see those scenes. So, what I'm going to do is one person's going to be the main route, and the other person is going to be for the scenes. So, for the main route for this playthrough is going to be Jude, and then I'll squeeze in Mila's scenes whenever we get to those points into the playthrough. However, compared to Second Evolution, where I knew where all the cutoff points were, I knew where all the specific scenes were, all that kind of stuff. It's been, I think it's been like 7 years since I played this game. I don't remember where any of the cutoffs are, so that's a future problem. Basically, what this means is, though, I'll be playing both routes simultaneously. Obviously, besides Mila's exclusive story element scenes, nothing else will be shown off of Mila's. So I'll be going through Mila's stuff on my own. And then when we get to those scenes, I'll just show them off into the playthrough. So, compared to Second Evolution, where I played on an emulator, it had the speed option where I can quickly use Rina's route, because in that playthrough, Claude was the main route, and Rina was for all the exclusive scenes. That speed option, obviously, really helps in getting me caught up to Claude's route for Rina's. I don't have that here, because this is directly from the PS3, so I don't have a speed option. And this is a Tales game, and Tales games generally have more than the older Star Ocean games. So, in order to kind of like mitigate that fact and to kind of keep things at a steady pace for uploads, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to be utilizing, since I've already beat this game like 7 years ago, so I have access to the grade shop. So here's what's going to happen. I will normally never touch the grade shop for a new Tales playthrough. One that I plan on streaming anyway. But this time around, I will be utilizing the grade shop and some DLC for Mila's routes. However, this would cause Mila's route to become off balance, way overpowered compared to Jude's routes. So, in order to keep things fair between both routes, whatever is used for Mila's routes is going to be used for Jude's. So, for instance, if I use a 300,000 gold DLC pack for Mila, I'll use that same pack for Jude. If I use a 10 level boost or a 10 level booster for Mila, I'll use it for Jude. If I use a double XP, 5 times XP, increased item capacity, and whatever else in the grade shop, for Mila, I'll use for Jude. That way, to keep things balanced and fair among the playthroughs. Well, among the routes, I should say. Now, I realize, especially if I use the XP modifiers, well, I plan on using, I don't know if I'm going to use both of them. I might just use one, because that would be kind of ridiculous. Because they stack. So you can have up to 10, you can have a 10 times XP modifier at the very start, which would be ridiculous. So I don't think I'll do that. Honestly, I don't have a whole lot of grade. I think I have a little over 4,000 anyway, so I can't really get much. So, but whatever I choose, I realize that the XP modifiers and the DLC too will make me overpowered than where you would normally be at that point in the story by playing the game normally without any modifiers. But if I want to keep things at a consistent flow, because I gotta get Mila's caught up with Jude's and keep them relatively around the same level. That's it. It's what's gonna happen. Otherwise, it'll take longer for videos to come out, because I have to actually, once I'm finished going through Jude's stuff for those 3 sets of videos, I have to go back and replay them again on Mila's, and now I can make a lot of progress in Jude's routes or I can make a little or I can make very little progress. But that's just how it's gonna be. Keep things going. I believe that's all I wanted to say. What else was there? Yeah, I believe that's all I wanted to say. So, oh, one more thing. It's kind of hard to differentiate when it comes. Well, this is strictly for YouTube. For YouTube, it'll be kind of difficult to differentiate the videos between which routes are what for that particular video. So I thought of a way to do it. It's a very subtle change, but the indicator about which routes I'll be playing on for that video will be indicated by the thumbnail of that part. So, for instance, I can't put it up because I'm not on OBS. For instance, here's how it's gonna be. There's two sets of logos on the thumbnail. So on the bottom left side of the thumbnail will be the geometry shape, and then there's the logo at the top. Basically, if the logo is like a greenish blue, that means I'm on Jude's route. If it's like a purplish, indigo-ish type of thing, I'm on Mila's. You might not notice it right away. It's like I said, it's very subtle. You really have to pay attention to the two thumbnails. But I really have no other creative way to differentiate the videos for each route, for the routes, other than sticking the name of that person into the title like I did similarly with Second Evolution. Honestly, I think this is more creative than that. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I'm gonna try to get this thing running on OBS. It was kind of funky. Getting audio bugs, so I'm trying to work those out. But yeah, if I can't get it working OBS, I did test this out and it looked fine. But I don't know why it's causing me problems now. But yeah, if I can't get it running OBS, I'll be back on Elgato, I guess. But that's all I wanted to say. Like I said, it'll take 50 minutes. Save me 50 minutes of explaining. So, look forward to it. The playthrough will be starting. Well, it's Sunday night, so it'll be starting tomorrow, sometime in the afternoon for YouTube at least. And so yeah, I will see you when I actually start the playthrough. Later.